Hi, guys. Welcome back. If you're new, please think about subscribing. And if you've been here a couple times, maybe hit the thumbs up and even share this every now and again. Guys, if you've ever been cheated on, you know it's the absolute worst feeling in the world, but sometimes you might be the cheater in a relationship. Are you the type that feels guilty, or are you the type that'll take that action you've done to the grave and never admit that you were wrong or apologize? Today, we're going to hear from people on both sides of the aisle, and I hope you enjoy.
So, how do you deal with a partner who accuses you of cheating, even though there's been no history or situation that would justify that accusation? And then they later say, well, you're not the type of person that would ever do that. First, we have to understand why they're making those allegations or accusations. Now, contrary to popular belief, people who say that you're cheating, some people say, well, those are the cheaters. That's rarely the case. It could be true, but it's very rarely the case. What's usually true is that the person who's accusing of cheating is leaking their fears and insecurities of being left or abandoned. They've got abandonment issues. They got attachment issues. So you have this anxious attachment style. So if you get accused of cheating, instead of defending yourself, go into what makes them wonder or worried. Are they not feeling like you're giving them enough time or attention? What is it that's going on in their mind that they're experiencing that makes them feel like there's some threat? Then pay attention to those issues. So instead of trying to defend yourself that you are a loyal person, that you would never do anything like that, find out why they're saying it in the first place.
So let's put yourself in that position real quick, guys. Your partner has just accused you of cheating, and you know that you're innocent of all charges. Do you basically do what this guy is suggesting, which is ask them kind of what's lacking in your life? Why do you have this insecurity? Or is there a piece of you that does kind of wonder, are you the one that's actually cheating and you're trying to project this on me? Let us know down below. I think both sides have valid points.
What is the benefit of a man admitting that, like, say he cheated? How would it benefit? Say it was me, if I did cheat, which I never do, but if it was me and I admitted I
You never
cheated,
cheated in your life?
no way, I would never do that. God forbid, God forbid, that's
I think everyone's meant to
nah,
come
that's
with his face telling everyone that he did it.
that's a crime, bro. You can't cheat
That's
on
not
your
a
girl.
crime. Anything
Nah.
that affects the police, that's the
Nah,
crime.
no, I would never cheat. I don't condone
But keep
cheating.
it-
If you need me to admit it, then you don't know.
Yeah, but nobody knows until the person says it. That's
So
the
why
whole
would I
point.
admit it? What's sense? Why would
Okay, so I
done
just
that?
think that does not make sense.
No, but just break this down to
Honesty
me.
is the best policy.
Wait, for what?
So
For what?
tell me
Not
if
for
you
the
did it or not.
relationship, because it will finish. If you admit it's
So why
finishing.
did you do it?
Bro, that's beside the point, innit? A moment of weakness, don't really matter. But I'm saying, if you admit it, your thing's done.
What she's saying is true. When you lie, you do feel awkward. A lot of times you need to cover up lies with additional lies. So here's the $64,000 question for you guys at home. If you did cheat, did you come clean or were you able to keep it secret forever? And it's okay to leave comments in my section. No one's going to see it. Jeez Louise. I think you should admit it because technically speaking, the guilt is just going to weigh in on you. And in the future, you're going to accuse others of cheating because you know you've got that guilty conscience.
If you've cheated before, if you plan on cheating, listen up, okay? I've cheated in the past in some of my relationships. Am I proud of it? Absolutely not. Can we learn from it? Absolutely. Look, I always say, the devil doesn't tell you what to do. The devil says, hey, you can get away with it. But the truth is we're never going to get away with it. And look, I don't believe in the saying of, once a cheater, always a cheater. Look, we make mistakes. I've learned from my mistakes. And we will always pay karmic debt for what we do. Because we're playing with the most precious thing in life, which is love. And God is love. So if you cheated in the past before, learn from that mistake. Learn you'll never get away with it. You will never live a great life being like that. And if you've had ideas of cheating, be a man, be a woman, leave your partner. Because it says more about you than anything else. You will never get away with it. You will always pay a price. learn from my mistakes. I hope you can learn from your mistake. It doesn't make you a completely bad person. Just realize that if you keep doing that, you will not have a good life. You will not have a good relationship.
I love his words of advice. Here's the thing. I think his words would be just as powerful if he put a shirt on. The same time that he's trying to give great advice, he's hoping that men and women find him attractive and probably let him know in his comments. Put a shirt on, sir. Your advice stands by itself. You don't need to show your muscles on top of it. But here's one thing I want you guys to think about. If you cheat on somebody, isn't that basically the sign that you're no longer head over heels in love with that person you cheated on?
Wow, okay. I would literally say, look him in the eyes and say, I'm not cheating. You can go through my phone if you want me to, but if you do, then we're going to have a more serious conversation about trust. And if you can't trust me, then you need to go. Because I want to build a relationship based on trust. You just tell it like it is, and then let him make the decision.
So he's not telling the truth, and let me tell you why. If you told your boyfriend or girlfriend, yes, you can look through my phone, but if you look through my phone, we're going to have a big discussion on trust. And if you break my trust and you look through my phone, we're going to be over. Well, number one, if you're not cheating, then more than likely you're going to forgive them for looking through your phone. And if you are cheating, that's probably a great way to not have them take a look at your phone. My thinking is this. Don't look at people's phones. You're going to see something you don't want to see. If your gut tells you they're cheating, try to break up with them right then and there. I know it's easier said than done, but if you think back to all your previous relationships where your partner was cheating, you probably knew about it with your gut way before you actually found out about it with your brain. Tell me I'm right down in the comments and hit the thumbs up button for a change.
Ladies, I got a question for y'all. When you cheat on your mans, what did you do for him to never find out? Because we all know there are some women that cheats on their husband and the husband will never know. He'll never know. So what do y'all do for him to never know?
I think what women do, and I'm only saying this from a guy's point of view, I think women treat you extra nice if they cheat on you. Women, let me know if you think I'm right on that. If you've ever cheated on anybody in your past, maybe not in your present, I'd be willing to bet that that night or that weekend, you were probably extra nice to your partner. I think guys do that as well.
I want to answer a question that I've gotten a couple times this week from you guys. It is, how do I get my husband to admit to his infidelity, to admit to his cheating? These are women who have proof that there is infidelity, but they want their partner to admit to it. And here's the question that I really want you to consider if this is you. Why do you need him to admit it? If you already have proof and you already know that the cheating has happened, I want you to consider this.
I know the answer because deep down, when somebody cheats on you for whatever horrible reason, a lot of us don't want to break up with that person. We were still in love with them. What hurts is that by them cheating, it's their way of telling us they're not really head over heels in love with us anymore. I'm telling you, this is the God's honest truth. All of us humans, although we all claim that we're different, we're deep down the same. We love being in love with somebody and we hate when they don't feel the same way about us. Can I get an amen?
Just because you don't see just because you never seen two cats do the deed, that does not mean that kittens are not running around. Because they still making babies. Just because you don't see it happening don't mean it's not happening. Like, and I know what I'm saying is true because I've got a gang of homies, right? And they've told me like, yeah, I met this one girl, she started talking to another dude, I found out she was cheating, XYZ. I could bet a band that same girl will not tell that the next dude she talked to that, yeah, I started talking to another dude or I cheated.
People that cheat don't tell people that they cheat or that they're cheating on them, and people that don't cheat are too open about it. I don't cheat, I never do that, and they're usually being honest in my opinion. So like I said, the quiet ones are probably the cheaters. And the ones that scream to the top of the rooftop, I'm not cheating, it's probably because they've been cheated on. It's not, I don't cheat because I really am. It's not that. People that say they're against cheaters, they really are. People that are quiet about it, it's because they're cheating.
Hey, 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 my beautiful baddies. Okay, probably going to break the internet with this one. But that's okay. So, why do you think, and we're talking about men here, why do you think men will rush to tell you when they slip up and have an affair or they slip up and cheat? Now, I'm talking about very limited. I'm talking like one time, one affair, one cheating session, one. Okay, I'm not talking about you've caught him a million times cheating. That's a whole different beast. I'm talking about a man that slips up, goes away for the weekend, has an affair, and then has to come home and has to set you down and tell you the truth and blah, 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 blah. Why do you think they do that? Do you think it is because they just want to be honest with you and they've already broke some trust and now they want to? Hell effing no. That's not why. They do it for one or two reasons. Number one, they do it for their own freaking conscience. That's why.
True.
Period, across the board. Second,
That's true. Some people feel so guilty, they have to get it off their shoulders. So if they tell you they're cheating, obviously they're not BSing you. They really are cheating. There is something to be said about that, though. Could you imagine if every single one of us had a guilty conscience? This world would actually be a better place. What makes it so scary is there are some human snakes out there that don't care about your feelings and they will cheat on you and they will hurt you and they will never think twice about it. And if you're one of them, hit the thumbs up button. You're not doing anything else decent in the world. Hit the thumbs up button.
secondly, they're either narcissists or they're fuck boys, and so what they're doing is going to put you in a position where you are competing with that other woman in one way or another. And I'm going to do a video right after this one regarding that exact thing. That's why they tell you. That's the only reason they tell you. Because listen, hear me out. Why do they feel the need to ruin your freaking day? Because they cheated. Why do they have to come and break your heart because they cheated? Because they're feeling guilty, because they know they did wrong, because you're not God, you're not Jesus, you don't have any power to forgive him for his adultery. That's up to whoever his highest power is, wherever, whatever that is for that man. That's not up to you, really. It's how you digest it for yourself. So why is there a need to tell you? Keep that shit to yourself, men.
If you're an ignorance type, bliss type person, you probably know exactly where this woman's coming from.
A man that truly loves you is not going to cheat. But if he happens to cheat, he will never admit that he cheated on you. Because a man that truly loves you knows that if he tells you the truth, it's going to shatter your heart. And so he's not going to shatter your heart and break the trust for life in the name of love. It's not going to happen. He would rather risk you finding out than to admit to your face that he cheated on you. So if you don't have any factual evidence on this man, he will deny till he dies, because he's not going to break your heart to your face and break his own heart quickly after.
See, what she's saying is true. There are guys out there that are never going to tell you, but can't we all agree that women are basically the same? They're not going to tell you either.
When you cheat, don't confess, especially when you are not caught. Forgive yourself and move on. Confession will not change anything. They are not Jesus Christ. They will judge you. Learn to shut up. When you cheat,
If you cheat on somebody and then you tell them, don't they kind of deserve to be able to trust you? Let me tell you what's really scary. When I was a little kid, I thought all guys were horrible gigolos and I thought all women were maternal angels, right? You age and you get a little experience and you start to realize that there's a lot of good men out there and not all women are that angelic.
So this lady right here, this doctor, Dr. Heavenly, says women should never admit that they cheated. So right here, this is what I call this scandalous hood rat mentality, this ratchet turn up queen behavior. Because you got women like this that's supposed to be giving professional advice, and this the advice that you give women. You shouldn't admit that you cheated. Well, I beg to differ. I feel if you want some type of relationship that's worth anything, that's meaningful, that's, based on anything, trust is the number one key factor. And if you giving advice to these women, telling them, hey, ladies, it's all good to cheat, go out there and do your thing. Go ahead and be the ratchet queen. It's cool. Just don't admit that you did it. It's going to be all good. False, it's not going to be all good. Because if this man found out that you did something later on down the line, your ass going to be on a hot burner.
Yeah, that could be dangerous. By the way, if you really want a way to try to avoid this, date people a little bit longer before you actually jump into a committed relationship with them, and try to find somebody that's equally yoked with you. If you believe in marriage and being committed to one person, make sure that the people you're dating feel the same way. And remember, ladies, if you ever cheat on your man, you better not tell your girlfriends, because they will end up telling your man for you, and then they'll end up taking your man. And that goes the same for guys with their bros. A lot of times your bro will end up taking your girl if you end up telling your bro too many secrets. With that being said, thank you guys for coming to watch Walk Talk Vent and watch these videos with me. I hope you had a good time, and I hope to see you next time. Have a good night.